I have a couple of questions actually. You've been some are personal and then partially theological. You're a
See.
Calvinist, correct? Just in general, the
Indeed.
Reformed, the
Yes.
Reformed. Okay, so Reformed Christian apologist is is also your theological position. It's not just a title.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, and you've done a couple. I've seen them around. Like you've been on with Godless Cranium a couple times, or once,
Hmm.
or and in general, how has it been going with your interactions on YouTube? You're pretty
Well,
you you're further along than I am in terms of like established an audience and things like that. How would you say it's been going?
well, I would say that concerning the audience, I mean, you have mixed reviews. I mean, I've seen people that have said, uh, you're like take the debate for example that happened recently. I
Mhm.
went to check the comments. Oh, hold up. I had to burp for a second. It's part of natural human biology. I've been having problems with it lately. Um, you've had mixed reviews where you had, what's his name? I think it was Lucifer Almighty was saying that I failed to show any reliability of the New Testament and that I'm ignorant, and that and this was even one thing because I didn't know how to respond to one question that Godless asked. That means I can't be trustworthy, reliable. So and he's not the first person. I've dealt with other people around that are like that, and then you have for example, Godless engineers now. Uh, you know, Beyonce, uh, Caitlyn,
Caitlin,
and
Caitlin.
yeah, she and in that forum, she actually defended me, saying that she doesn't see the issue with me not having known something. And in fact, from what I had heard, she even says that I'm one of her favorite Christian apologists on here.
Oh, that's cool
So,
because
yeah,
she's hard to please. That's good. That's
yeah,
really good.
I feel like I've made some accomplishments. I mean, in terms of where you go, it's always a mix. Whether it's from the Christian, because even the Christian response has met some interesting interactions. Like I saw even that red pill religion commented and said that uh, that it was that this wasn't a debate and that it was sad that they had to get a quote not a fringe non-mainstream whack job quote unquote Christian apologist. Like I'm getting even hate from all
You
kinds of
got wait,
people.
what? You got that from Christians?
Yeah, I mean there's
They said that
people.
about you? They were talking about you? I mean, you're
Yeah,
pretty
I mean
standard issue as far as I know, right?
yeah, I mean I would assume that I'm kind of standard issue. I mean, if you think about it, Reformed theology is actually kind of getting popular these days, especially since a resurgence that has started with like Tim Keller and John Piper and all that. I mean, I think surely I'm fringe in some degrees, but they're non-essential issues, really. But as
Well,
far as like,
it's not fringe like you're a Jehovah's Witness or something. It's not necessarily. It's hard even to say what would be considered mainstream Christianity. It's certainly one strand of it. Like R.C. Sproul, is he considered what you are? Do you know him?
yeah, I actually have a couple of R.C. Sproul's books. One of them was Knowing Scripture, and then the other one is What is Reformed Theology?
Yeah. See, he's borderline excellent. Sometimes he's really good. John
Oh
Piper
yeah.
is really good sometimes too.
Hmm.
I don't think I ever agree with any one Christian person 100%. There's always something where either they're being a heretic or I'm being a heretic. One
Right.
of us is wrong or
Hmm.
misinterpreting or something, but I let it slide normally, especially on a forum like Twitter. We're on
Yeah.
the same squad as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I've had mixed reviews, but ultimately I think the main goal is not trying to win favor into the eyes of people. Ultimately, my goal has been to um, preach the gospel, and sometimes it'll cause conflicts, but it also gets your friends, and this happens not just in um, these kinds of issues. I'm in the anime fandom, so when I go to anime conventions and do this kind of stuff, you get negative responses, but you get positive responses. In fact, you get people that tell you, hey, this is interesting. I've never heard Christianity ever explained like this, and it's actually made me curious about it. then this has gone in with the furry fandom too. That I apparently had recently gotten myself involved in trying to reach out to that group, and that I found there's a Christian furry group that exists, and they even go around to try to host things at conventions and such. So I'm like, wow, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And in fact, the funny thing, that's actually how I met the person that was in Beat B as part of this group. So shout out to Beat B and shout out to everybody else in the Christian furry group. So y'all people are amazing. All right, so but enough that. But yeah, and ultimately, short answer being that, you know, I've gotten mixed responses, but I'm not here to win favors or anything like that. I'm here for, you know, for the good people around. Absolutely.
You're doing your thing, and you're stand by what you're doing. So that's cool.
Absolutely.